we are arriving in Siem Reap. This is after a 10-hour bus ride to get here. We decided to walk to our hotel. It only took about 20 to 30 minutes, and compared to other cities we've been to, it's a lot easier with bags because the footpaths are wide. We arrived at our hotel and it's really nice. We've got a swimming pool. It is only like 8 o'clock though, and we can't check in until 2 p.m. So we've got to find something to do. We're both a bit sleep deprived though, because yeah, it's kind of hard to get sleep on a bus, and yeah, people just kept getting on and off. But we're in Siem Reap now and gonna go exploring. We've also been planning the rest of our time here, like what we're going to do, what we're going to see, so we can maximize it. And we're about to head to the National Museum. Just finished at the museum and now we're on our way to a stationery store I saw. Checked into our hotel. We actually ended up coming back here around 12 and they let us check in because our room was ready. But it's so nice. We have a fan and we could have a shower and just probably have a nap now because it was a full-on day of traveling and like a night. So yeah, it's a few hours later and we're on our way to find dinner. Good morning. Dinner last night was amazing and we had a good sleep. We slept in, but now we're gonna go get some breakfast and go exploring. And I guess I'll take you with me today. See where we go. Just come back to our hotel and we're going to go for a swim in the pool and chill till this afternoon when we're going to go to the circus. After a quick swim we took a tuk-tuk to a nearby mall, and while we were there we watched a movie, and that's just because Alex likes movies, so we got to check out of the local theatres. I saw some koi fish and I like koi fish, so I thought you might appreciate the koi fish. I've got my new bag on. The little lotuses. We grabbed an early dinner from this little hand-pulled noodle and dumpling shop, and I would definitely recommend coming here. We got some ramen. These were chicken and lemongrass fried dumplings, and we still had some time to kill before we went to the circus, so we walked around the corner and found these little night markets. I would definitely recommend these ones over the art centre night markets. The people are just a bit more pushy there. We made it to the circus. Here we are, just waiting for it to begin. So exciting. To the hotel after that. It was an incredible performance. I would definitely recommend going to see that, and it was like unlike anything I've ever seen. But yeah, definitely check it out if you ever come to Siem Reap. I'm really good at bed now. Unfortunately, my phone decided to mess up on me, and it actually didn't allow me to go into and edit everything you've just seen before. So I have just spent the past few hours re-uploading and editing all of those first few clips because something went wrong for some reason. But hopefully I've done it better this time, and I've grown and my skills have improved, and so the video is better for it. Good morning. Guess where we're going today? I'm actually going to Angkor Wat, and I actually did my HSC? Yeah, ancient history assignment on Angkor Wat, so Angkor Wat was originally a Hindu temple and later turned into the Buddhist temple it is today. Its construction was completed in 1150 CE, and it's considered one of the largest religious structures in the world. The Angkor Wat temple is actually depicted on the Cambodian flag, and it's one of only 5 national flags that feature a building. The religious complex comprises of actually more than 1,000 buildings, and the 5 central towers of Angkor Wat symbolize the peaks of Mount Meru, which, according to Hindu mythology, is the dwelling place of the gods. And the mountain is also said to be surrounded by an ocean, which is suggested by the complex's enormous moat. To reach the main temple, you have to pass through 3 galleries, and the walls of which are covered with bas-relief sculptures depicting Hindu gods and ancient Khmer scenes, which were later replaced favouring Buddhist ones. And in 1992, the Angkor complex was designated a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Angkor Wat is one of the main pilgrimage sites in Southeast Asia and still holds a high amount of value to all of the Khmer people. We then went to the smaller temple, which is also known as a citadel of monks' chambers. We've come to a second temple now after we went to Angkor, and this place is like, there's far less people, and also there's like music playing. It's so lovely. This temple is currently in a pretty dilapidated state due to faulty construction and the poor quality of sandstone. These sandstone bricks were actually brought to site from nearby mountains of Phnom Kulen and Bang Malay. These were brought here using a network of hundreds of canals, and 5 to 10 million bricks were transported this way. They can weigh up to 1,500 kilograms each. Although it's significantly smaller, it's created in a similar style as Bayon Temple and Ta Prohm, sharing face towers on its gates and are decorated with aspirant dancer bas-reliefs. So we booked a driver through our hotel, and basically he just brings us to each of the temples, and we picked a small temple tour, I'm pretty sure. It was $15 for both of us, and then you also have to purchase tickets to each of the temples, but it's like you can get it online, one major ticket, and you're allowed entry into all of the temples. You just pay per day, like how many days you want to visit, which is around $30 US, a bit more than $30 US, which is pretty good because there's a lot of temples here. Definitely worth it. This is a royal bathing pool which was dug in the 10th century and used for ritual washings. We then went to Ta Prohm, which is one of the more famous temples. It was built without mortar, and after it was abandoned, trees took root in the loose stones, making it highly unstable. So in 2010, authorities began to restore it. This temple was dedicated to the mother of the king at the time, and an inscription within the temple actually provides information about the inhabitants that used to live there. Almost 80,000 people were required to maintain or attend at the temple. Nowadays, many of the corridors are impassable, clogged with piles of stone blocks dislodged by the roots of all the trees. The nibblers in the rock, and then when it comes down it stains it. Check it. Wicked man. Conservation is where you preserve something. Restoration.
A bit of both.
They're doing lots of restoration work here because most of it's collapsed, as you've seen. And it's crazy, they just do like a big jigsaw puzzle pretty much and have to just put it all back together, all the blocks and pieces and stuff like that. I'm sure you're getting sick of hearing me yap on about all the temples here, and although I do find it interesting, I'll tell you about the monkeys instead. They are generally no joke. We saw one that had grabbed a lady's bag and they know how to open them, like they're really smart. It was looking for food and throwing all the stuff out of it, and I think it got a hold of her friend's drink, and it literally just sat there drinking it in front of them while they picked up all her stuff. They can become quite aggressive when provoked, and even if they just smell food. And yeah, don't mess with the monkeys here. My favorite thing is when I can see tons of rocks being held up by scaffolding.
You know what my favorite thing is?
Oh. I draw a lot of faces. They're all rocks. And also, I might be lost in here. It's very confusing. Good morning. Actually today we're going to one of the floating villages, but we have a sunset tour booked, so we don't leave here until around 2 p.m. But until then we're going to go out and find some food and maybe just walk around for a bit before we come back here, and we're getting picked up and taken to the floating villages. So come have brunch with us. Bit before 2 p.m. and we're going to head down to the lobby because we're getting picked up from here and we're going on the way to the sunset tour. What's the village called again? I believe we booked this tour online, however it was through a company called Angkor Wat Tours, and our guide spoke very good English. His name was Pon. There was about 15 of us total on this tour. We got picked up from our hotel and then on a bus taken about 15 minutes outside of the central city to the river here, and we got on a boat. They took us past all the houses. As you can tell, there was quite a few other boats as well. It's a popular place to visit, but it was really interesting to see how these people live their lives. We also paid separately around $5 for both of us to go on this mangrove boat, and lots of other people chose to do this as well. You didn't have to, it was totally optional, but it's a really good way to support the local women here and really cool. The people who live in these villages around the Tonle Sap really rely heavily on fishing as their main source of income, but lately tourism has also really helped supplement that. The boat ride lasted around 30 minutes, and when we got back we were shown these crocodiles. I believe these are Siamese crocodiles. They're native to a Southeast Asian area and they're bred here because they are endangered, I believe. We then exited the river and we made it onto the Tonle Sap Lake for the sunset. It was really, really nice.
Yes, we went to Haven, taking the bus and coming here.
Oh, yeah.
We made it back and we wandered around the central city area to try and find some dinner. We ended up finding a little street food cart and it was really, really good food, and I think we only paid about $1.50 for this. What's the rule? The smaller the chair, the better the food. Good morning. It's Saturday today, but we don't really have much planned. We're just gonna find some food, and then I saw a chocolate factory one of the days we were walking through the streets, so we'll see if we can go there this afternoon and have a tour.
Okay, well, I'll start here.
After breakfast, we just stopped by a grocery store to pick up some snacks and some more water. We spent some time actually just looking at all the different products they had, which are very different from back home. And then we headed over to the Wat Chocolate Factory. The farmers actually ferment and dry the cacao beans before they receive the product. At the factory, they then roast, crack, winnow, and grind it. This step takes about 3 days to fully complete. After the cacao gets to the stage, they then can add different flavors and adjust the amount of sweetness. Here they're making a salted cashew dark chocolate bar, and every step is done by hand. They have a wide range of products with different flavors, including dried fruits and little candies with fillings. All of their ingredients and their inclusions are from Cambodia, and all of the products are made from this one specific location. Their best sellers are the green pepper and sea salt dark chocolate. We just got back from the chocolate factory and we bought a little Dubai chocolate. Hopefully, yes, it hasn't melted. I'm a bit worried it'll melt on the way back. That's good.
What does it taste like?
Pistachio, and it's crunchy in the middle because it's like toasted phyllo pastry.
What's the main reason we got this one?
It was the cheapest one.
Yeah.
I think it was $2.50, but the tour it was $5 per person, so it's really good. It's all handmade and all local Cambodian products,
Yeah.
so it's worth it. But for us, we can't really be spending that much money on chocolate. I think we got milk chocolate. Most of the products you can get white chocolate, milk chocolate, or dark chocolate, and then they have different ratios of sweetnesses again. The samosa. I'm making it cinematic. Good morning. We took our clothes downstairs because our hotel has a laundry service. I think it was about $1.25 per kilo, but we got them back today and they're all nice and folded, which is so lovely to have clean wash clothes. Not that they were dirty before, but freshly washed was nice. It is about 11 o'clock right now, but we have a pretty chill day. We just have in the afternoon booked with APOPO Center. I'm not sure how to say it, but basically they train these large rats as like landmine detection kind of things. It's really cool, but I gotta learn more about it clearly. I was just going through our clothes that we got back and I forgot I put my hat in there, which is really good because this thing was getting kind of gross, but it's nice and clean now. So look forward to seeing this in every clip again. I wasn't going to tell you, but Alex thinks I should. One day we were having breakfast. The table was very small and my plate was on the edge and my hat was in my lap like this. And basically I was cutting my bread, but it knocked my whole plate off the table onto my lap. And thankfully my hat was there because it caught everything in it, and I just picked up my hat and put it back on my plate. But yeah, that made the inside of my hat kind of gross. So it's definitely good it's clean now. Yeah, do you mind? Welcome to the APOPO Visitor Center. Here they have landmine rats, which are also known as HeroRats. They are trained African giant pouch rats and are much cuter than they sound. These rats help detect landmines and any other unexploded ordnance that is still buried in Cambodia and beyond. This is a vital role in one of the most landmine affected countries. The work they do at APOPO helps keep people safe by clearing the dangers and returning the land back to farmers and the local communities. The HeroRats are well taken care of. One of my favourite facts is that they actually put sunscreen on their ears and tails to prevent sunburn when they're working out in the field. The rats are trained using a click sound for a reward system, and they're trained to recognise an explosive substance smell, and when they do, they get a reward. The first rat we got to meet was called Gertrude, and she's adorable. She actually gave us a demonstration of how she finds the explosive substances. They place the explosive substances in metal containers, and this scent they want them to pick up is not from the metal itself, but from the substance inside, because some landmines are actually made out of plastic. This is one of the reasons why the HeroRats are so important. They obviously can't use metal detectors if the landmine is made out of a majority of plastic material. The system here, they pull Gertrude along, just helping her to keep her path. This ensures that they are certain that all the land has been covered and that it's completely free of all of these explosive objects. As you can see here, she finds and identifies the explosive substances that have hidden for her. She goes over to her trainer for a reward. The one on the right gave her a peanut, and this guy here is giving her some banana. We then got to hold one, which was so adorable. This is Jordan. I'm gonna do what's in my bag because I want to. We got these bags. It was a 2-for-1 deal from The Foldy, that's the brand. I think I saw like an Instagram ad for them. They're anti-theft, so they have like metal running through the strap, and then also they have a clip that you need to press the button and press the sides to undo it, which obviously makes it harder. And then also on, you can't really tell because they have everything here. They have another little clip where you clip onto your zippers, and that just means that you can't open it like easily, I guess. No one else can open it. Okay, in the back pocket, RFID protected, I've got my sketchbook and a pen, just for when I feel like drawing on the go. Then I have lip balm, some ibuprofen, and a spoon, because you never know when you need a spoon. And then in the front pocket, I have some sunnies in case it's bright out, some napkins I saw from a restaurant, hand sanitizer, a little Thai inhaler, a reusable shopping bag, because everywhere you go here they will try and give you your products in a plastic bag, and it's not good for the environment. I also have in here my wallet and my passport, and these bags are waterproof but only up to like a certain degree, so I'd rather keep my $412 passport waterproof. But there they are in there. I also have, I got this from Typo, I believe, like a travel passport holder. So I have my Wise cards in there, really handy. And then I also have my little wallet. I got this one because it's like the shape of a note in, where were we? Chiang Rai, I think. We were in Chiang Rai in Thailand, and I got from Moshi Moshi, a little stationery store. But yeah, it's like literally the perfect size to keep the notes like flat and they don't get crumpled, and it's much easier to read what the notes are, because it's really confusing trying to figure out 3 different currencies. And then, oh yeah, this charm. I just got this one. It's a little dragonfly, and it's going to be my Cambodia charm for my charm bracelet. I did get an elephant from Thailand when we were there, but this one comes with like a little clip so I can clip it on, but the elephant one is only like a jump ring, and I'm scared I'll lose it if I put it on by myself now. So I'm going to wait to put that one on, but I'll be able to put this one on tonight. Funny story about this is I've been looking for one of these the whole time we've been in Cambodia, but they don't really sell charms just by themselves. Like, it's got to buy like the whole bracelet kind of. And then I was talking about it tonight. I was like, I want to, because we only have tomorrow night here, so I was like, I want to find a charm for my bracelet for Cambodia. And I saw some, but they didn't have any prices, so I was kind of like, and if it's not priced, they kind of expect you to haggle for it. I'm not very good at it, let's say that. So we kept walking, and then I saw some more. They had more like variety. So I went up to the lady. I was like, oh, how much? And she had like a whole tray of them. So she's like, which one? I was thinking dragonfly, because there's heaps of dragonflies here in Cambodia. It was like this or like the gecko, I think. And she was like $18. And that's not Australian dollars, like American USD, 18 USD. So I was like, no, like instantly, like too much, like. And then I was like, okay, sorry, like we're gonna keep going. And she was like, no, like haggle with me, you know? Like, she didn't say that, but she was like, try. I was like, $9, you know? Just make it really out of her ballpark figure. So she kind of would let us go. She's like, come on. And she's like, I'll do a special deal for you, like 2 for a special price. I'm like, well, I don't really need 2. Well, I was like, okay. And then she said $15, I think. I was like, no, it's still too much. I'm kind of like, oh, like, we'll keep going, you know. She's like, please, it's been like a slow day, just bear with me. I was like, $13. She's like, nah. I'm like, okay. She's like, okay, $13. I was like, for two? She was like, no, for one. I was like, okay. So I have a little charm now, but it all worked out in the end. Good morning. We're just about to go and have some food. Yesterday when we were at the APOPO Centre, they actually gave us this little 10% off card for like a cafe. They're doing like a, what's the word? Collaboration with? I don't know, I guess.
I think it's their cafe, because all the money goes to them.
They must own the cafe, and all the money and profits they get through the cafe goes to the APOPO landmine clearing efforts. So yeah, we're going to go there, support them, and get 10% off. So today's our last full day here in Siem Reap. So our plan is to, as soon as we leave the hotel, we can't go back until like 5 o'clock, and we just have to fill the day walking around whatever we can find. And right now, as you've seen, we're in the butterfly gardens, but they have heaps of stuff. Now we saw this place on Google Maps, and because in Kep we wanted to visit the butterfly garden, but it was too hard to get there, we thought that this would be cool, and I believed it was just like a garden with a bunch of butterflies, and they grew butterflies and taught you about butterflies. However, when we got in there, we realized they had a bunch of other animals as well, and while it was cool to see these animals, we just feel that we wouldn't go again if we knew this, like it was kind of unethical the way they were keeping these animals, their enclosures. Is it working?
I don't know, one came up and punched it. Yeah, that jumped through, but it was a bit ticklish.
I'm getting a video of your feet, I hope you don't mind.
I hope that ain't good, man.
We just stopped by 7-Eleven on our way back to our hotel, and it's around 4:30 now, so we didn't make it quite to 5 o'clock, but we got close. But I'm gonna end this video here. Tomorrow we have to wake up about 6:30 because we are catching a bus back to Phnom Penh, and then the day after that we are flying to Vietnam. So come along for the ride, I guess.